Alrighty, it is time to play some Diablo 4 beta. We're going to be hopping through as the Druid. This is the server slam, so this is like the most updated version of the game. The game has technically gone gold, so let's go ahead and just hop right in. I'm going to see if there are any other changes with the Druid here. And the reason why we want to specifically test the Druid, I would say unanimously it was arguably the weakest class at the launch of the previous beta, but we're gonna go ahead and hop right in and play a little bit, and I'll give you guys some of my thoughts and my feedback on the character. So let's get started. So we will not do hardcore, but I'm really here to check out the earlier levels. Let's do this one's gonna have more guidance. There's more guidance or less guidance. I'm just gonna select it because I'm kind of curious to see what they actually put in for like the little tooltips. I'm gonna actually do it on the easiest. We have completed every single character on veteran, but specifically I want to test out the Druid on the easiest difficulty, because even on the easiest difficulty, the Druid really did struggle in the previous beta. We're not going to watch any of the cutscenes. I'm just here to give you guys my feedback on the Druid here. I don't know if there was any newer options, by the way, in the character customization, but we shall see. And I'm hoping these buffs for the Druid were going to be huge to the point where it's one of like the better classes to select. Because in the previous beta, if you know what you were doing, Barbarian definitely could have been the strongest, but they took a bunch of nerfs actually. The Sorceress took a bunch of nerfs, but there is a huge buff to Fire Sorceress with any of the channeled abilities, which we will check out, but obviously this is for Druid. So... but the game, in terms of how smooth it is, it definitely feels a lot smoother. I'm running this on a 3080 though, so I would hope that it's running smooth on a 3080. But yeah, let's check it out.
There is evil staring in the ruins to the north. That poor monk.
But everything should be maxed out. But I did turn off screen shake. That's like the one thing that I always turn off. But visually, I do definitely see an improvement. Seems like the game runs smoother too. I don't know if before there was like a limitation. Alright, we can't buy anything. We don't have any currency. Then we have a skill point. Okay, so numerically, a lot of the Druid stuff got changed. In fact, they did take some nerfs. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put one into Claw, and we'll mess around with it. So one thing in terms of feedback, it'd be great that we can put this like anywhere. It would be a nice addition. Oh, grab that. Unfortunately, we don't have access to pets in Diablo 4. Because in Diablo 3, you could have your pet just pick up the loot. In terms of like the gold that would drop. Oh, there's nothing bound for potion. Okay, we're gonna have to rebind something to potion, because we might actually want to pop a potion. So I guess it saved the controls maybe from the previous. By the way, if you're wondering, do you actually need to re-download the game from the previous beta? The answer is no. And another thing, I'm just going to go over some frequently asked questions, just because technically I am an official Diablo partner, and some of these questions get asked quite frequently, and your progress will not carry over, by the way. So if you get max level, which in this beta it's 20, it's actually lower than the previous beta, it will not carry over, and you cannot use your old characters. The point of this is just to test out and make sure that the servers are running properly. And I would say it's so much smoother. I didn't have to wait, by the way, in queue. But by the time you're watching this on YouTube, more than likely it's been a few hours since it has opened up.
I must wait a moment.
Now, the game is feeling way smoother for sure. And then we have another skill point here. We'll get a different ability. Okay, so let's try out everything. There's also like upgrades for the skills, but I just want to put 1 point into everything. Oh, you don't even get another one until you spend 7 points. Okay, that's kind of awkward. We could do this actually, because these cost like next to nothing. to respec out of. But I think it'd be nice just to have access to like the entire skill bar at the start so you can order your skills. Instead of it only being on like your left click, but I'm sure you can change that as well. I want to get some pets specifically because the Necro pets were so amazing compared to the Druid pets. And they're supposed to get massively buffed. But in terms of like the numerical stats, there were a lot of nerfs actually with the Druid. If you guys haven't seen the video, there was a video that I did go over that has all of the secret nerfs and buffs. The reason why they're kind of secret in a sense. These were data mined. And, okay, that ability just was amazing. It was like a nice little cleave. It got all of them. It almost felt like a chain lightning. But Blizzard put out a official like buffs and nerfs, but it was kind of vague. It just said like we changed certain skills, we increased the damage or reduced the damage, but it didn't have the numbers. Now, when they were data mined, some of these numbers were a lot different than what was shown in terms of like the post. But keep in mind, everything that's data mined, it might not always be 100% accurate. Okay, we're gonna definitely be able to see if this boss is like way harder, because this boss was hard for the Druid. Okay, so we're inflicted with vulnerability. I would still say it's pretty difficult for Druid. Unfortunately, we still only have one skill. But we can like maybe swap to another skill. Let's go mess around. Okay, dodge that. Did we gotta... so we're gonna put one point out this one. Let's try this. See if we can inflict that vulnerability. To get some more damage, but... But the reason why we wanted to go with Druid... By the way, my favorite class is Rogue, and I'm curious to know what your guys' favorite class is. If you guys have played it or want to play it, what class do you plan on playing? For me, Rogue is 100% my favorite. However, I need to test the Druid not only for feedback to give them,
I'm not ready yet.
but also I'm genuinely curious to see how strong it is. Okay, this took a really long time. I mean, we just got another staff, so we can get some extra damage in, but let's go ahead and now that we put 2 points in, we can get another skill. So maybe if I leveled up another time, it would obviously make things much easier. We'll try every single skill in the little play session that I plan to do. Your favorite class is Crusader. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're also on Twitch. But in terms of Crusader, there is some speculation that there's going to be a Valkyrie class. There's also some speculation on a Cleric class. Okay, one thing I've definitely noticed right here is for some reason this staff doesn't even show up. I don't know why, but this is a glitch. And also the offhand over here. Okay, that actually appears, but for some reason my staff doesn't even appear. So again, keep in mind this is a beta. Bugs are expected to happen. And we're gonna go all the way back.
I must wait a moment.
I like how he's got his imaginary staff. He's now the airbender. I'm sorry, I had to take out the deer.
You've returned.
Okay.
The old ruins are
Like I said, we'll skip all on the cutscenes. I don't believe that there's supposed to be any new cutscenes here. So with this skill with Druid, one thing that I want to mention, because some people were mentioning that like Druid felt really weak, and how some of the skills work with Lightning Storm, you actually want to hold this one, because you can see it applies more storms. If I'm just clicking on it once, I'm going to lose out on its value. So sometimes where certain things, you got to read the tooltip. You know, I understand people just want to like get into the combat. You know, it happens sometimes too, where I'm just like so excited to play. But yeah, this skill is actually one of my favorite because the longer that you hold it, because it is a channeled ability, it goes up. All right, let's talk to Yosef. And get the key. But yeah, the game definitely feels a lot smoother in terms of like how does the server slam feel versus the other game. And by the way, if you guys want to download and play this, it is completely free. You do not need a pre-order. Everyone has access to it. You can play all the classes. There is no like time limit. Also, okay, so we're gonna skip out the cutscene.
You collapsed.
Let's keep on going. And let's go swap off of the first skill over here while we're walking. Okay. Oh, we're gonna activate the altar liliths again. You're gonna have to re-get all those. Those don't save, by the way. But let's go try Earth Spike. And we already tried out this skill, so let's try out Tornado. We're gonna try out all the skills for everything. Alright, let's go equip that. Oh, we got another buff over here. And we go straight up. It's not on PS5, really? I'm assuming this server slam's available for everything, but I'm playing on PC, so I couldn't tell you. However, playing on PC with the controller is also an option if you want to try out that. That is there. No, we're not streaming this on TikTok. For some reason on TikTok at the moment, Diablo on PC has this weird thing where it tells you that your game is for 18 plus, but with the desktop version, I don't even know if there's an option to make it so your stream is enabled for mature audiences only, but I'm assuming it's just like a thing that they'll change. But anyways, Earth Spike over here is what this does. Just pops up. It's kind of satisfying. I like Tornado, though. I think Tornado was one of the better skills. So we're frozen over here. But like I said, I want to try out all of the skills. I mean, it feels like the Druid is doing more damage. I'm one-shotting these things. Even though it's easy difficulty, previously before, it did not feel that way. It almost felt like there was a decimal place missing from the skill. So we already tried out Tornado. Let's try out... I don't think we tried out Werebear. We tried out everything but Werebear, right? Yeah. So let's go ahead and mess with this. We're going to take out point out. Let's see. We get to get fortified. Has a chance to knock down. Increases the radius. Okay, let's try out this too. And then we'll unspec out of like all the points. I think in order for like the build to be good, I think most of your basic skills, what you are looking for, I would look for this keyword, by the way, if you're interested in becoming like strong in this game. A lot of the basic skills you want to apply vulnerability. So however it happens, this is a 50% chance to make enemies vulnerable. This one is a 20%. I would rather take 50. I think that that's much better. And there are certain ones that will generate spirit, and some may generate a lot more or less spirit, and some other things can have like a multiplicative like spirit generation. So watch out for that. But in terms of being able to inflict vulnerable, I'd probably just select this one because it's 50%. But we're going to try out the Werebear. We're going to test out everything. I'll do more extensive testing, but this is kind of like my first impressions, and also get some gameplay for you guys for the server slam. You like Twister? Oh, yeah, if you've played D3, there used to be a build with Wizard that actually let you permafreeze enemies, and it was really popular. It was towards like the earlier launches of D3. This is pre-Reaper of Souls, where you can have like the tornadoes like stay in place, and then on top of that, they had a chance to freeze, and you could perma the entire game. I think it was called like Critical Mass, but that doesn't work anymore. But as far as the Druid goes, I believe you can get tornadoes that home in. There is a legendary upgrade. Another thing that's different with the Server Slam compared to the previous game version is that the drop rates are now accurate. As in, we had better drop chance before. Oh, this feels so much better. Oh my gosh. I don't know what they did with the skill. But like, it's like really smooth in the way that it attacks and it moves at the same time. Like, I'm just holding right click right now. I don't know if they have some sort of like animation where it's able to move while you attack, but this feels incredibly good. Like, I feel like I get to kind of move my swing into it, if that makes any sense. I think this is amazing. And this is a basic skill. And it feels like it's doing good damage. So Druid definitely feels like it got buffed in this department. I know it took a nerf with Cyclone Armor. That was like another thing. Druid felt very squishy too before. And I don't think we got a flat damage reduction. Barbarian in this version of the game has a 10% damage reduction just overall. They just take 10% less. But let's try out the Pulverize. Gonna talk to him. Oh, there we go. And then we gotta go over here. I've done this so many times. I don't know, by the way, if this actually does anything in terms of whatever you answer.
Cast it into the brazier. As the fire burns the wood, so
okay, and then just go, it's done. And let's continue. But I really am curious to see the Teleport Wolf. If you're a fan of Flicker Strike, if you played Path of Exile, or some of the monk abilities when you have like Epiphany up, you are able to teleport towards your enemies. That's kind of how the Druid feels, if you can get enough like cooldown reduction and resource generation. Here's the mounts, by the way. Ooh, we get to see the mounts. So this is, tells you a little bit about them. Oh, I think, do we have some of these unlocked? Huh. Oh, from the pre-order. And then we have the trophy that we can unlock tomorrow. By the way, 9 a.m. tomorrow, which is Saturday, is the first, this is PST by the way, is the first time I believe that you can fight the boss. You have to be level 20, and you have to defeat the boss. And we already have a YouTube guide on how to defeat the boss and just not take any damage. The boss is very difficult, by the way. If it's your first time, I would really watch out for the poison. Oh, we gotta take this. This is actually one of the things from D3, if you guys remember. I believe it's Leah's amulet. Okay. Okay. In terms of like leveling, I don't believe that like we level faster or slower. I think it's just the drop rates that are different. Okay. Find your purchases. Okay. Newly purchased items. Okay, telling us to pre-order the game. Alright. And we also went over the battle pass. It did reveal the first 20 tiers of the battle pass, and that video's out. By the way, if you're just wondering, there's no pay to win. And also, one little bonus tip. So the Cultist doesn't unlock until level 20. However, there is a strategy, and I don't know if it exists here, but in the previous one, you could just do a dungeon that would unlock a aspect, and you could get it before you hit the level requirement. But that, I don't know if they nerf that. But if it does exist, just trying to give you guys some bonus tips and tricks. This game looks nice graphic-wise. Oh, it's better than it was before, too. I don't know how to explain it other than there's... It's kind of like artifacting when you zoom in, you look at the hair. You'll see it kind of looks like see-through and sandy. It's like not rendered fully, but that has changed in this version of the game, and the game is way smoother. But the most important thing is that werebear, it does damage, and it leans into the attack versus being very stiff. I don't know how else to explain it other than it feels like I'm attacking while my character is still moving, which is excellent. It's how it should feel, and I think that that is a massive, massive buff. Because you can move out of things faster, and also you can kill something and start moving. So it's like, in theory, maybe even more DPS. But I know that there was a thing in the game where if you were to move and then attack, you could actually increase your attack speed. But that has been more than likely nerfed. So I believe we have to cheer. What's the, I don't know what the emote wheel is.
I'm not ready yet.
I don't know what the hotkey is. So I'm going to have to go into the check for the action wheel is what it's called. So we have to go here and then do cheer.
Well done.
Okay, so that's how you actually complete this quest. There's a lot of quests in this game that I've been asked, like, how do you complete this quest? I have some of them already uploaded, but a lot of them it comes down to just finding which emote you have to do. If you read the quest, it will kind of tell you However, there are some where I just ended up just spamming a bunch until it worked. But yeah, if you read them, there's one where you actually have to hit like wait. It's the spring quest. That's like the one that I think most people found difficult. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on the main quest line. We'll do some side quests here, but what are we? About 20 minutes in? All right. But I can tell you for sure, without a doubt, the Druid is massively buffed. Where are we? Down here now? And, oh, that's walled off. We're going to go this way. And then we will try Pulverize very soon, and then we'll try out some more skills. Do I think D4 will have seasons? Actually, it's already confirmed that they will have seasons, and each season will be 3 months long. So if you're wondering how long is each month. And I'm hoping like it'll be timed perfectly with PoE seasons, and so like we can play both games, as I'm a huge fan of all the action RPGs. I'll play them all. This will actually be longer if we go this way, so let's just go this way. I don't think anything else is opened up. I believe it's the exact same areas. Yeah, the bear feels smooth. As you can see, I can like 180. It doesn't feel like I have to rotate my character. I specifically just like how this feels. I mean, because we're one-shotting, yeah, the Druid's massively buffed, I can tell you that 100%. So, let's go try Shred. Let's mix it up. We'll have Werebear and the other one. What's the other point that we have into this do? Increases the range. Okay, I like that. I'm going to keep that. Most of the generators don't hit for much damage. If you do want to build around it, that is actually possible. Because we've tried out all the generators, but this one, oh, this is a combo. We got an event over here. Let's do the little event.
We demand blood.
Okay, so that's that skill. Let's go mess around with that. Let's see what do we got. Landslide.
Need more spirit.
So it's kind of like the rock that comes up from the ground, but I think it hits like 3 times. Yeah. The fact that we're just using our basic attack and actually killing stuff is great.
I need more spirit.
Let's go check out what else we can mess around with. Take a point out of that. Lightning Storm. Oh, is this the one where I hold it down?
I'm out of spirit.
But as far as the tankiness on Druid, I believe they got like double the fortification. That was another stat. It feels tankier. It feels like it's doing more damage. Overall, I think Druid is okay, especially in the very beginning. Before, you had to have like fully kitted out legendaries. You needed a lot of like multipliers. And now, it's okay. Now, is it better than Necromancer? I don't know. Necromancer did take some nerfs, but there are some buffs, I believe, with Bone Spear. And we'll try out everything. I like this vampire guy where like he turns into bats. It's really cool. Let's see if we have any upgrades here. We've just acquired. Ooh, that's a 125. Earlier on in the game, all you just really need to look out for is the plus numbers for the most part. Then we get obols, and we can, if you want to think of these kind of like blood shards, but you can also buy off of them keys. We actually do want to take these little shrubs because they'll give us crafting material to craft certain things. Just specifically potions, and potions will be really good if you want to be leveling up the fastest. There is a Thorns potion, and earlier on, because there's just not that much like HP that enemies have, right? Getting like flat, I think it was like 50 Thorns. Most things will one-shot themselves. This was in the previous beta. I'll have to test out this one. But that is the best potion. In fact, we can go grab it real quick. Let's see if we can even go for it. It might not even be available. Wait, actually, I can check real quick if it's available. So I think it is. Let's go ahead and go back. And let's see if we can get the Thorns potion. I'll be probably making a guide. I actually already have a guide up, but maybe we can revise it if things have changed. But you definitely want to get the Thorns potion. It is the best if you want to level up the fastest. It is so dang powerful. Because all you need to do against a lot of the smaller enemies is just walk, and things will just get deleted. Alright. So let's go ahead and see if we can buy these elixirs. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we get extra XP, 25 thorns. Amazing. Craft, oh, we can only craft one. But that's why you want to pick up those things, and it'll give us a bonus here. So what other things can we get? Max Spirit. As far as the skills go, I actually kind of like the... I kind of like Pulverize. It was just, I activated it once, it just slammed everything. Your next Pulverize will overpower while you remain healthy, okay? Enemies hit will deal 20% reduced damage. Enemies overpowered are going to be stunned. Let's see, we need one more. Okay, I'm going to put 1 point into here because I actually think getting that 20% damage reduction will be quite nice, especially on elites. But now that we've got this potion, yeah, we'll pop this. I mean, it's 30 minutes of bonus XP. It's not bad. Alright, so let's go pop this. And watch, now that this Thorns is popped, they just one-shot themselves. It's huge. Because this lets me essentially just walk and complete most of the content. Anyways, like, watch this. No hands. I'm telling you, Thorns Potion, fastest way to level up in the game. Not only do you get bonus XP, there's a couple of other ones that can reduce damage taken. For ashava the boss, you may want to pop the poison one as 21 thorns damage, or it's actually 50, right? I believe that's what it was. Or it was a 25 thorns damage. See? Easy. And I think, honestly, in terms of feedback, I think it's a little bit OP to be able to one-shot everything in the game. But if it stays, hey, now you know. And Barbarian can get bonus thorns. Thorns Barb actually did take a bunch of nerfs. Now we got to go up here. About 25. Let's do like the first half hour of the server slam. But I could already tell you, Druid is massively buffed in survivability and in damage. We can get this next note so I can show off some of the other newer skills and kind of give you guys my thoughts on it. But I'm guessing all these things got numerically just massively buffed. Because I actually want to test out... Oh, this is... I think, is it Bloodhowl? There's one ability where... Oh, no, it's not Bloodhowl. It might be later. But I know that there is an ability where you can teleport with the Druid. And that ability is really what I want to do. And basically chain and just keep on literally hopping around. And it actually feels really good if you happen to get enough CDR, which you can't really get too much cooldown reduction in the beta. A lot of stuff is like maybe like 2 or 1%, very small numbers. Yeah, make sure you click on all the shrubs unless you have a lot of potions crafted, because you definitely want to do that.
Strangers in the camp.
Let's grab this. But yeah, the game won't be launching with seasons also. I'm not sure when the season is actually starting. I don't think that was officially announced yet. They're probably going to try to make sure the game's running before they're like, okay, guys, get ready for the season. You know, that's like kind of normal for any game. Oh, we have next skill point. We will be able to get... this one is... Okay, this is shaped into werewolf, and it heals. Okay, this is just the howl. But there is a ability where you can teleport. One of these allows you to... Also performs a dash. Oh, okay. Maybe it's this one. I just know there is a teleport. This one's a dash. Larger? Okay. Let's try this. Let's see if this allows us to do what I wanted to do. One thing I think would be nice with Druid with the Spirit, though, is that their Spirit regens.
Look out!
I know you could do the howl.
That's my mother's charm on your wrist.
Okay.
It's mine now, girl. She gave it to me when I let her and her friend pass through.
Hopefully we gain another level pretty soon. We're already almost half of the max level, which would in here would be 10. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the gate. Quest is complete. Also, the drop rates have been adjusted, so we may not even get a legendary here in this little play session. And also, once you start progressing and go to the higher difficulties, you'll have certain items that will only drop in a certain difficulty.
And leave my mother in Lilith's care for as long as that will take? No. I'm going on.
So if I hold shift, can I teleport? Oh, I can. Okay, that's cool. So the combo doesn't actually need to register, which this could be a very good thing. I would say overall it's probably always going to be a good thing, but yeah, it felt really good.
Leaves are too damn old. Shaking like leaves.
I like the shape-shifting druid though. It's so much more powerful. Well, like it feels really good, and it's specifically because when I like move, I can like wait. Can I move in it? I can attack and move at the same time. Oh, that's good. Right now I have Q set to my movement, and I can hold right click and hold whatever force move is bound to. And it seems like it just works in auto target, which is amazing. And this would feel even better on controller since you can control how your character moves. But we'll do more testing.
No one goes in, nothing comes out. That's all.
But let's get it one more level here so I can at least show you guys the next tier of all the skills.
No lift.
But one thing that's really cool with
the
the Thorns potion with this quest,
locked.
Over here.
watch how
I
amazing
can squeeze through to the other side.
Thorns is.
Wait, hold on. And there she
So,
goes.
in terms of the objective, I want to stand right next to him so they all go right towards him.
Nowhere to go.
I'm not pushing anything. And I can complete this full objective by just letting the Thorns do its work. It's the greatest thing in the game. Now, with Barbarian, another cool thing that you can do with Thorns is apply bleed. Now, some of the elites, you will have to attack, okay? You're not going to be able to AFK on everything. I mean, if I really want to, I can actually eventually kill him. However, it would take a little bit of time. But there are some objectives where, like, a wave of enemy comes at you, and if you hold still, it may be even faster because they all will just rush towards you. And there is another thing with Thorns that you can do in the game, and you can make Thorns hit for AoE. And if you can stack your Necromancer's minions with Thorns and put them all, like, in the right area, and they get hit for an AoE, the amount of Thorns you can do is crazy. I'm really digging this Wolf Druid, though. I think I'll still probably stick with Rogue, as in, like, that's going to be my first class that I play when the game launches, but I gotta be honest, I'm a huge fan of the Druid. It used to be the least favorite class. It felt like the most painful to play because it took way too much damage. Ooh, we leveled up. Okay, so now we have access to all of our skills. So let's try all of the skills here. This is Earth and Bulwark. This is a barrier. Absorbs some damage. I know Cyclone Armor took a nerf. Yeah, I'm moving and attacking you basically at the same time. Alright, so that was Earth and Bulwark. Let's go try out Cyclone Armor. We're gonna have to wait for the cooldown still.
I'm not dying here.
Alright. Go to the next area.
Over there. An opening.
Go!
Next zone. We got a ring. Let's go ahead and equip that. Now, the thing with the rings is they may not have like the plus and minus numbers, and they may actually be something you actually want to read. Like right now, I have no ring, so there is no Ring of the Fool in this Diablo game. So Ring of the Fool was an item in Diablo 1, and it would just give you minus HP. It literally is bad to equip. I don't know if Diablo 2 actually had any like rings. It was only, I think, in Diablo 1. But okay, this is Cyclone. This actually did take a nerf. It used to be like, I think 20% non-physical damage reduction, but I'm gonna activate it. So it's just a nice little passive though. Just getting 10%. And then if you activate it,
Oh hell. A demon.
we just knock him back. So I wonder if
Slain. What happened?
is this considered, because I can see a little animation on it, right? If I activate it, you can still see the animation. So I'm pretty sure it's applied even if it's on cooldown. Let's continue over here. Oh, we gotta channel this. But that's that skill. Let's try out everything. So this one's a howl, and I believe it can give us a spirit, right? That just heals us, okay. So if you get the upgrade, if I remember correctly, you can get spirit. Yeah, this is a really good skill to get. You can either increase your attack speed or just keep on generating spirit. I like the one that generates spirit because if you're playing the campaign, there's going to be a lot of moments where you're just waiting for dialogue. And then this way, when you actually go into combat, you'll have your full spirit so you can just unload on the enemy. But that is that skill. I mean, it's just a heal for now. Let's go over the roar. I think that's the last skill on this next tier that we haven't gone over for this little gameplay session here.
What is this?
When we click on it, we can see a vision. Okay, next area. So roar.
I don't have enough spirit.
Yeah, survivability. And we're about to... Okay, there's a little bit over half an hour here, but I think you guys get the idea. So in terms of like how I feel about the server slam and the druid, because that was the whole point of this video, the game feels a lot better. The servers feel a lot better, as in like the lag and stuff. We did encounter one glitch when the staff didn't equip for some reason. I'm not sure what exactly caused that, but that is definitely something that I did notice. I actually think we need to go this. We gotta go this way. But the druid is definitely buffed. The survivability is a plus. The damage is also way higher. It's amazing. Like with my basic abilities, I'm able to one-shot the smaller enemies, and I think that that is kind of how the druid should feel. Look at this. Like look, pretty much just one-shot with this. And there's not even any ability. And then that's like a basic skill. Like the core skills, most likely, especially on the first difficulty, you'll be able to one-shot. But the druid could not do this before. You had to have a bunch of legendaries. You had to have the what is it? The Blazing Fury of. It was one of the items that was obtained by like a very high level elite. It was like a level 35 weapon, and then you transmog it with like the occultist, and then you could equip the level 35 item at level 25. And then the druid was actually a little bit more powerful. But till then, it felt honestly like it was pretty weak. So I would say overall druid is looking like a solid choice. But is it going to be the best class? I don't know, because I want to test with the necromancer, which was unarguably the best class in the beta. The sorceress was really good, but the survivability that the necromancer got was literally you were immune to damage. You could 100% keep up the blood mist, which means you were untargetable. And on top of that, you were able to deal damage with corpse explosion, which has been nerfed by 25%. But I still think it doesn't matter. If you're immune to taking any damage, if you get that legendary setup, that is probably the best thing in the entire game, as long as they have not nerfed that legendary, at launch, which was not, I believe, data mined. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know, guys, what you think of the druid changes now that you guys have seen it, or if you've played it yourself. I'm curious to know. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and let me know down below if you plan to play, what class you plan to play at launch. And also, check out the video in the pinned comment, as I did go over all the buffs and nerfs from the beta, because a lot of these, they feel a little bit different. I would say, in terms of the druid, it's looking like an okay class to play. Very solid. Anyways, take care. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new and you do want to see more, check out the pinned comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.